Finland has sued the Nigerian government before the International Criminal Court (ICC) for wrongly and deliberately accusing Simon Ekpa of terrorism. According to our reliable source in Finland, the Finnish government has reportedly filed a case at the International Criminal Court (ICC) against the Nigerian government concerning Simon Ekpa's designation as a terrorist. There is confusion about whether Simon Ekpa was arrested by Finnish authorities under Nigeria's influence or whether Nigeria had a direct role. Simon Ekpa, who is currently based in Finland, living thousands of miles away from Nigeria, suddenly becomes the center of international attention. Accused of terrorism by the Nigerian government, he finds himself at the heart of a legal and political firestorm. But here is the twist. Finland, which is Simon Ekpa's adopted country, isn't staying silent. They have decided to take Nigeria to the International Criminal Court (ICC). It is like a courtroom drama playing out on a global stage, with justice, politics, and identity all intertwined. Let me take you through the story step by step so you can understand what is happening and why it matters. To really get this story, we need to know Simon Ekpa. Born in Nigeria, Simon Ekpa is a Finnish citizen today. He's not just an ordinary resident in Finland. He's an outspoken activist who is currently the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. If you have never heard of Biafra, let me explain. Biafra is a region in southeastern Nigeria with a history of trying to break away and form its own country. It is a story filled with pain, struggle, and aspiration for independence. For many people in the region, Biafra represents hope for a better future. Simon Ekpa has been one of the loudest voices calling for Biafra's independence, using social media and other platforms. He has rallied support from Nigeria at home and abroad, but his methods have sparked controversy. While his supporters see him as a freedom fighter, the Nigerian government views him very differently. They accuse him of promoting violence and terrorism through his association with groups like the Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB) and the Eastern Security Network (ESN). Let's talk about Nigeria's side of the story. The Nigerian government has been grappling with unrest in the southeastern region for years. Groups like IPOB, which Simon Ekpa openly supports, have been linked to clashes with security forces, attacks on infrastructure, and other violent activities. Nigeria sees Simon Ekpa as one of the key figures inciting this unrest from afar. They argue that his speeches and directives fuel violence in the region. So what does Nigeria do? They labeled Simon Ekpa a terrorist. It is a strong accusation with serious implications. By calling him a terrorist, Nigeria is saying that Simon Ekpa isn't just an activist, he's a criminal whose actions are endangering lives. But here is where it gets complicated. Simon Ekpa isn't in Nigeria, he is in Finland, a country known for valuing human rights and the rule of law. Now imagine being Finland in this situation. One of your citizens is being accused of terrorism by a foreign government. What do? For Finland, the answer is clear: protect their citizens unless there is undeniable evidence of wrongdoing. When the accusations against Simon Ekpa surfaced, there was initial confusion. Some people speculated that Finland might have arrested Simon Ekpa under pressure from Nigeria. Others wondered if Nigeria sent agents to influence Finnish authorities. But Finland quickly set the record straight. They not only rejected the allegation against Simon Ekpa, but also decided to challenge Nigeria's action at the International Criminal Court (ICC). Why did Finland take such a bold step? For them, it is about more than just Simon Ekpa. It is about upholding principles of justice and fairness. Finland is essentially saying, if you are going to accuse our citizen of terrorism, you need to back it up with solid proof. Otherwise, this is defamation, plain and simple. Taking the case to the ICC isn't a small thing. It is like bringing your dispute to the highest court in the world. By filing a case, Finland is asking the ICC to investigate Nigeria's action and determine whether Simon Ekpa was wrongly accused. It is a direct challenge to Nigeria's narrative. Here is the thing. The ICC isn't just about punishing war criminals or dictators. It also deals with cases where human rights are violated and where justice isn't served in national courts. Finland believes that Nigeria's action against Simon Ekpa fall into this category. To understand why this case is so significant, we need to zoom out and look at Nigeria's bigger picture. Nigeria is a country with immense potential, but it is also facing many challenges, from economic struggles to ethnic tensions. The country is dealing with problems that makes governance difficult. The Biafra issue is one of these challenges. The agitation for Biafra's independence didn't start with Simon Ekpa or even IPOB. It dates back to the Nigerian Civil War of 1967 to 1970, a devastating conflict that left scars still felt today. For many people in the southeastern Nigeria, the drama of Biafra remains alive. The dream of Biafra remains alive. They see it as the solution to their frustration with marginalization and poor governance. But for the Nigerian government, Biafra's agitation threatens the country's unity. They have taken a hard stance against separatist movement, sometimes using heavy-handed tactics. This has only deepened the divide and made dialogue even harder. As you can imagine, the news of Finland suing Nigeria has sparked intense reactions. Social media has become a battleground for opinions. Supporters of Simon Ekpa see this as a victory for justice. They are celebrating Finland's decision to stand up to Nigeria and defend one of their own. For them, it is proof that the world is watching and that Nigeria can't get away with silencing dissent. On the other hand, critics argue that Simon Ekpa's actions have caused harm in Nigeria. They believe Finland is enabling him to continue spreading messages that fuel unrest. Some even accuse Finland of not understanding the full context of Nigeria's challenges. But beyond these debates, one thing is clear. This case has put Nigeria in a tough spot. They will have to defend their actions at the ICC and provide evidence to back up their accusations. If they fail, it could damage their credibility on the international stage. Amid all this drama, what does Simon Ekpa have to say? Unsurprisingly, he's using this moment to amplify his message. For Simon Ekpa, this isn't just about clearing his name. It is about shining a spotlight on the Biafra struggle. He's framing the ICC case as a vindication of his cause, a way to show the world that Nigeria is trying to suppress the legitimate aspiration of the Biafran people. Simon Ekpa's supporters see him as a symbol of resistance, someone who is willing to stand up to a powerful government, but his critics argue that his rhetoric has real-world consequences, leading to violence and instability in southeastern Nigeria. This case is about more than just Simon Ekpa or even Finland and Nigeria. It is about the principles of justice, human rights, and the balance between security and freedom. For Finland, it is an opportunity to show that they will stand by their citizens no matter where they are. For Nigeria, it is a chance to defend their actions and prove that their accusations are based on fact, not politics. But for the rest of us, it is a reminder of the power of words and actions. Simon Ekpa's story shows how one person's voice can spark a global debate. It also highlights the challenges of navigating complex issues like separatism, human rights, and international relations. So, what happens next? The ICC will investigate the case, gathering evidence from both sides. It is a process that could take months or even years. In the meantime, the world will be watching closely. Will this case change anything? Will it lead to a resolution of the Biafra issue, or will it improve Nigeria's approach to dissent, or will it simply be another chapter in the long and complicated story of Nigeria's struggle for unity? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: this case has already made history. It is a rare example of a government standing up to another on behalf of its citizens, and it is a story that will be remembered for years to come.
Plans, Nigeria, you will never remain the same. You called us a terrorist, and I have some useless northerners. There are so many sensible ones among them, but some useless northerners coming to ask the EU that they should prescribe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, they should prescribe IPOB a terrorist. IPOB, do you know the meaning of IPOB? The indigenous people of Biafra. Who are the Biafrans? People like us that are abroad. You think they don't have sense? You don't. When you people talk, we can see so much hatred, bitterness in your words because you don't like the Igbo. Let us go, you don't want. Let us remain and do our business in peace. No, your own is you get jealous of us anytime we buy big cars, anytime we build our houses. If we are living comfortably, you are jealous of us. Allow us to go, you refuse. But this time, this is the end because Biafra has come. And spoiler alert, the next president of United States is Donald J. Trump. That one, you know the year. This prescription that you want them to prescribe IPOB, we will see how it goes. Terrorist country, terrorist nation. Those of you that are asking me, what passport did I use in traveling? What passports am I using? I am using the nonsense Nigerian passport that cannot get you anywhere, apart from when they see that you have a certain amount of money. When I've lived in England for how many years? When I want to go to any country, when I show them my residential permit, they allow me to go. A very useless country indeed. Useless country. You are coming to prove that in ICC. None of you want to show up again. After calling Mazi Simon Ekpa a terrorist, after calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, we told you that the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be the end of Nigeria. You refuse. You think we are joking. But we told you that you can only kill the flesh. You cannot kill the ideology of Biafrans. And we have risen up to fight and take back our land. Musa, remove your soldiers from our land before it's too late. Thank you. God bless you and God bless Nigerians. God bless Biafrans and God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. God bless you all. Thank you.
We have areas of funding both locally and internationally. For the local aspects, they have a means of, they have their followers that they've empowered that contribute money to what they are doing. They go through banditry, some of them get benefit from taxes. All these things they do from within, the kidnappings is all part of it where they raise funds. And then externally, we have external people that equally support them. The issue of IPOB. There's a lot of funding that comes in there
CDS.
Yes.
Are you worried? Because you know an operation, you have a special operation on the sit-at-home IPOP situation in the southeast.
Yes.
But some of the elements and the leaders of these groups are outside of the country.
Yes. We have repeatedly complained about the issue of Simon Ekpa. He is in Finland. The Finnish government are giving him all the support and he's doing what he's doing. Comments he's making. People are being killed and nothing is being done. And this is democracy. If the European Union is the one supporting democracy and this is happening and they're not taking action, then they don't mean well for Nigeria. We have said that in clear terms. We need to diplomatically find means of getting him out of whatever it is that he's doing. He must be arrested, he must be prosecuted. Look at it from the other way. Assuming he is in Nigeria and he's doing that to the Finnish government, you think the European Union will allow that happen? They definitely will not. So why are they allowing him to do what he's doing? And people like him that are doing such things. Trailing the funds is very critical. I know a lot of the First Central Bank, the NFIU are doing a lot in tracking down how the funds flow. And this is part of what we call the oxygen of terrorism, is logistic, leadership, and funding. Your ability to be able to tackle those things and trail them and deny them the ability to operate will kill terrorism with good governance. Now, you can see the statistics that came in, political will. And political will is not from federal government alone. The states are critical. For me, if I look at the aspects, what do we need? Let's look at solutions. Do we have a comprehensive database as Nigerians? If you go to Chad, Cameroon, and Niger, once you enter, they know you are not a Nigerian. And they have this duty as citizens. Once you speak, the man knows you are not a Nigerian. The next thing he tells you, if he's a taxi driver, he tells you his vehicle has a problem. He's calling the gendarmes. Before you know it, the gendarmes are coming to ask you, what are you doing in our country? We don't have that. That's what we're saying is a holistic thing that we have to do. Every Nigerian has a role to play in what's going on ground, and then we must look at these things and take it up as a challenge. It's not a military or a security aspect. Everybody has a role to play in this, and that's what I'm saying.
For the past 60 years, and some of us summoned the courage to rise up and speak for the people, irrespective of all the stumbling blocks, irrespective of all the evil people that you called Ndigbo, irrespective of all the evil they plot against us, we have defeated them, and we continue to defeat them. The last defeat will be this Saturday. This Saturday, Biafra people, if you don't know who is your enemy now, then you are not a human being. If you do not know who is your enemy at this point, today, this day, the 23rd day of February 2023, then you are not a human being. Like I said, I repeat, I am just the good guy. I am the good guy trying to make a difference. I am the good guy that decided to put my life online to make this change. I am the good guy. I'm the good guy, irrespective of all the threat. I am still standing very tall by the special grace of God. I stand very tall against Nigeria. I stand very tall against all the criminals from Ndigbo. I stand very tall against all those murderers and killers of our people. And by the special grace of God, I will continue to stand very strong and very tall. We will defeat them today. We will defeat them tomorrow. We will defeat them next tomorrow. We will defeat them any day, anytime. At least, there has never been any time in this Biafra, in the history of this Biafra agitation, there has never been any time that the kind of news that they were sharing on social media today were shared on anybody. Especially, of course, Onyendu is in DSS dungeon and all that. I want to tell you that we have defeated them, and we will continue to defeat them any day, anytime. I am here this evening to continue to maintain and tell you the reason you must not validate Nigeria coming Saturday. Election must not take place in Biafra land. We are going home. Everybody is talking. At least they have understood, they have come to understand that kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot stop Biafra. They have also come to understand that blackmailing me cannot stop me. Slandering my name cannot stop me. Writing all manner of things to anywhere in the world cannot stop me. I am bigger than you. What is in me propelling me? If you know, you wouldn't dare. Because by the time you stop, that is when I will start. There is nothing like when your hands are clean and you are fighting a just cause. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I am bigger than all of you. You see, this small face will be the end of the impunity in Nigeria. It is going to happen this year. Our countdown continues. It is 10 days to go. 10 complete days to go. And the rhythm, the paradigm will shift. You see, I do not know why some people will choose to be slave when many people choose not to be slave. Some people are hell-bent to bring every other person down to be in the same level with them. When I joined this struggle, I told you, if you know, if before you fight me, go and
as I'm right there called the Biafran badge. As I enter there, I am seeing what's called Simon Ekpa surveys in Biafra land.
Wow. Good news.
And I begin to ask myself, I thought this man is right there in Finland. What's going on? What's going on here? What's happening there? I'm seeing the man surveys and has become a completely different person from who you used to know.
Wow.
Has become so wide, has become so strong and so powerful. I begin to ask myself, am I trying to see clear on what is this? Because a major prophet of God cannot begin to give prophecy that are not in the realm of the spirit. And all of a sudden, and this young man appeared right there in the Biafran land, and there was what's called trumpets being blown, and this was called a marching, and this was called parade, and this was called the people formation from different angles and different areas. And I begin to search, how did he enter here? What means did he enter here? What's going on here? Because a major prophet of God cannot see things that are not pure. And all of a sudden the Lord said, do you remember what I told you right there in the sea that appeared yesterday in form of a dragon? I said, yes, I remember. And the Lord said, that's what's called the word power number one. My God. These people are there now, the word power now, or time is coming for one power shift. What's going on?
Right on, Daddy.
The Lord said, this is what he has revealed to me, because the time is ticking for what's called by fire, by force. Is this going to be the thing that God has shown me 4 years ago? Did I begin to ask myself, is there going to be war? And the Lord said, not war, but something very dangerous and unthinkable that no man will agree to embark into war, or rather to come to agreement, rather to come to pinpoint, rather to come to resolving the issues. And what I begin to see,
this is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.